Well, good morning, friends. I'm just up, drank some water. That's how I usually start the day. Sometimes I prefer to exercise first, but today I just thought I'd take out the violin and play a little music. See what the violin sounds like. I'm going to be tuning, and I just tune by ear. After all these years, I sort of know what the pitches sound like. Sometimes it goes a little low, and I could check it later. It's not a big deal. I once, when I was down at Symphony Hall, Yehudi Menuhin was the soloist that week, and I heard him warming up, and I couldn't believe what I heard because he was playing with his A at least a quarter of a step flat. I mean, the whole violin was tuned flat, but he was playing perfectly in tune in relation to those open strings. And then a little while later, I was just hanging around there getting a little warmed up myself. He came out and he came over to me and he says, "Can I have your A?" And so I gave him my A, which was pretty much 440. And he said, "Oh, yeah, well, whatever," he said. And he retuned his instrument. And it was very interesting talking with him then because we were talking. I asked him what kind of strings he used, and I forget what it was, Eudoxa or Olive or something of that nature. He played that magnificent Stradivari violin that Itzhak Perlman plays now. And he said, and I told him I think I was playing dominant or something at that time. He says, "Oh, those are the kind of strings you play when you're on vacation." I don't know what he meant by that. I have figured it out after however many years it's been since he told me that. But at any rate, there he was playing with his violin, warming up with the pitches very, very low. Showed what an amazing, flexible ear he has. Oh, what a talent that man was. All right, so let's find out. My violin's a little in tune today. A little out of tune. And, a few days ago, I did a video about tuning a violin with 4 tuners. And I said, that all regular fiddlers have 1 tuner, as you can see, just 1 tuner, because we have an E string that's steel, and the rest are some sort of synthetic. And so we just tune. I most of the time you tune the A string first, but when I usually find the E string is the most stable, so I'll tune the A string to the E string. Now tune the D to the A. That's pretty good. It's a little tricky with the pegs because we're kind of caught between a rock and a hard place. Once you put a new string on, you don't really want to take it down, put it up, take it down, put it up if I'm trying to adjust the way the peg is angled. Because when it's angled, like this G string is straight and it's a little uncomfortable for my hand, so I have to kind of manipulate around. So, it's a compromise, because I could make that more comfortable for my hand, but I got to take the string down to do it because I got to readjust the amount that the string is inserted in the hole. And you say, "Well, God, after all these years, you must know that." Well, no, because I don't always use the exact same string. And, I was just thinking about it recently. Maybe I'm getting more analytical being on YouTube and I have to do all the stuff that YouTube makes me do. So maybe I'll figure that out because if I could figure out how much I put the string through that little hole in the peg, that it should be a half an inch or 3/4 of an inch or a quarter, whatever it would be, would be make the string come out perfect. Because remember, when you put the strings on, you wind new strings, it's going to stretch. And so where it starts isn't where it finishes. It could stretch as much as a quarter of a turn. So E string is not really a big deal because we don't tune from the peg, we're tuning from the tuner. But all the other strings, you gotta manipulate your arm and stuff, and it can be very uncomfortable. So you know what? I've done this whole discussion for 5 minutes. I think I should stop the video, and I'll make this a separate video for you, talking about tuning and a little story about Yehudi Menuhin. And then I'll start again and play some music. All right. Thanks for listening. If you liked the video, please give it a like, give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed, please do, for more of this hilarious content that I give you sometimes spontaneously. Take care. Have a great weekend.